Hi guys, welcome to my channel. The footage I had for stripping this down got corrupted, so I'm going to have to show you how I got to this point. So I've reassembled it a little bit, and you have to bear with me. Hopefully I can show you roughly how I got to where I am now. The problem with our hot tub is we're using it. It was running. We've got a Helsinki. We were running it. One night it just tripped the power supply, tripped the house supply. When I reset it, it came back on. The pump came on. As soon as I hit the heat, boom, clicked it all out again. So I'm pretty sure that is the heater element. So we've been online, found one in eBay, reconditioned unit. They're about £50 roughly on eBay. That's in the UK. I did before change the impeller for the pump. I've since bought a new one because I wasn't happy with the flow rate. So I'll show you how I did that as well. I've put that in. I've already changed that, but I'll show you roughly, give you a guide of how to do it, where you need to go to undo it and all that. So with no further ado, let's get down to it anyway, and let's carry on and show you. Oh, by the way, I didn't get any codes come up because I don't know, it just tripped, so I didn't get any codes come up on the egg itself. The impeller codes, when that went, was EO3. It's but once I changed the impeller, it was working fine, but just when we used it, the flow rate was very slow. It wasn't as powerful. It still heated up, was fine. Before that, I was getting black debris coming into my tank, into our hot tub. It was small particles, probably. I've been using a descaler as well, but since using the descaler it got worse, so maybe the descaler was breaking it down. I don't know. We do have really hard water where I live. I live in the southeast of England. It's hopefully we can sort it out together. So well, let's get on with it. So for this, you're definitely going to need a long screwdriver, but this is just for the impeller to get that one out. There's a very tight space to get in with a normal screwdriver. You can do it, I've done it. A normal Phillips, and just in case a smaller version, just a smaller tip, and a normal flathead. This is just for the Jubilee clips. And like I've said, I've already disassembled this, so I've put it back together slightly, just bits and pieces, just to show you how I got to this point. So I'll show you the impeller first, because I've already done that bit, but inside this bit, inside the egg itself, there's the heater, which is attached to this pump here, this pipe here. And don't forget, there's washers in here, rubber washers. I've got new ones for mine, but don't lose them. And there's one here for the air also. I always take mine off. As soon as I undo this, when I take it from the thing, I pop it out, put it somewhere safe, because they're so easy to lose. So easy to. So we'll get on. First of all, let's do the bottom. Let's get it situated so you can see me. Obviously you do yours. I'm going to show you as best as I can, like this. Several little screws. Now this is where the little screwdriver, little Phillips comes in. There's some small screws at the bottom here that you have to take out. Probably good to get yourself somewhere to put everything. I've got this, keep them all in there. I've already taken the handles out, so just to, if you wonder what they were. And this base should come quite easy. Like I said, I've only put 2 screws back in because I'm still putting this together, and I wanted to show you guys how to do it. So when you take it off, you have this earth wire that runs up to the main casing, into the main casing in here, but I've disconnected mine. This will still be here when you go in there. So this is your impeller, your pump basically, in here. I hope you guys can see it. Spin it a little bit for you. I'll bring you in closer so you can see it. Let's just move it out a bit. So that there is your pump. You're going to need to undo this screw here, which are all normal Phillips, but down the side, if you can see down here, and you see where I'm pointing, see this long screwdriver, you can't get a screwdriver in there. You pop this out, undo that screw. You don't need to undo them all the way because they've got slots, so you undo that, undo this one, undo this, pop this off. This comes off quite easy, and then just slide this unit forward. You can take it all out by taking this cable here, this black cable comes out. You just unscrew it from down under there. There's a connector there. It just unscrews and then pull it. It's got 2 pins. Once you've got this out, you undo all these. Now there's little nuts with washers on them as well. The washers are on the screws, this side of the screw. Undo these, take the little nuts out. I took all mine out and kept the, took all the nuts out as well, screws out, and this comes apart. It just splits apart, and in there you'll find the impeller. Mine hadn't broken, it was making a noise, so that's when I first changed it, and I bought an impeller that was, the blades were thinner, it was white and thinner. I've now put in a grey one with thicker blades. We're going to see how that goes. You just got to make sure you get the right orientation. You'll see it because the orientation of the blades kind of sides with this. So the blade part goes this side, the pin goes that way. So the pin runs through there, rotates. When you pull this off, this actually connects into your heater. There's two rubber rings on it. Excuse me, 2 rings on it, 2 seals. Some places give you 2 extra new seals. You can replace them if you need to. I didn't need to. It's quite easy to push it back in, and away it goes. So that's that part. That's the impeller, how I got to that point. Now the all thingy one. Now let's see if I can get around this side. On this, you can see I've already taken, this is where the handles, I took these handles off. Okay, so I've already had this egg apart. You've got several screws. I think there's 6, I think, around the edge. I took this apart. I don't think you need to. I took this off, but I've put it back for video purposes. I've took the screws out of here. I'm going to show you what you'd be looking at inside. So most of this has been disassembled, ready to have the heater put back in, and we will show you what it looks like once it's apart. So let's get cracking on that. Let's just set you up over here somewhere so you can see what I'm doing. Somewhere where you can actually see. Maybe something like that. Can you guys see? Can you see? Right. Now, like I said, I've already taken the screws out of this. Now, I've got this long screw. I like this long screw. This is something my dad left me amongst all his tools. For video purposes, just to hold it all together. Sorry, I'm on your way. Okay, so you've taken all the screws out and you'll lift this off. There's no seal in there. When you take this off, so as you can see, I was wondering whether I would have to take the top off, but as you can see, there's a little data cable in there. Squeeze the 2 gears together, pop that off. You can actually take the whole lot off. This little bit all comes off. Shall we do it just for purposes so you can see? So you can imagine it's all back together. Super fast 6 screws. You might not have to take this off. I did, because I've never done it before. And like I said, you've got a data cable, you put it up, unconnect it, job done. Put it somewhere safe. I should imagine if you need to change this unit, it's quite easy. It's just 4 screws, data cable if this ever plays up. But never had a problem with mine. So we pop this all off. There's no other things in there. I gave mine a good wipe round, and then we're in. As you can see, some of these bits are off. You will find that on there. This part, there's nothing there, it's going there. And that's kind of it, really. I'm at the point now where I'm going to be taking these off. Put this new element in, coach it up. This moves about quite a bit, and it's not going to. Yes, it goes. Slides in and out like this. I've taken all my earth wires off because they all go to one place. Clearly marked there, earth. The earth comes up through the cable down the bottom that I showed you before. There it is. So So I've taken them off. They all connect to the same place. One thing I did do was take pictures of everything before I did it, so that I could be sure of where everything goes. I could check back, see where everything went before I unconnected anything. So they're all labelled. So you got A, B, B. It seems that they're the only ones that go over to there. All the rest, D cable, go over to this part, which I'm assuming is the part, air pump, I think. You've got a filter in here. I'm not sure whether you can mix and match the A's and B's because they all go to a different part on the heater. As you can see, this A goes to this top part, this A goes to this top, the second A goes to this part, then the B, and so on. So I'm going to disconnect it as I go and connect it to the new heater, taking one off at a time. The heater I got comes with, obviously this flow meter comes, that's why I've taken it off, and this part, I believe. I did notice on mine, yeah, that these screws, you could turn them with your fingernail. Wasn't very tight, but then they don't have to be. I think we're ready to start installing the replacement heater. If you want another heat, if you want to get a refurbed one, I'm sure you'll find them on eBay. There's quite a few of them. I came across a thing, they're 43 to 50 odd pound each. Not all of them say refurbed. I just thought I'd get a refurbed one. Like I said, in my tank I was getting so much scale blowing into my hot tub. Yeah, I'd be constantly having small bits of black debris, unless it came from here that the heater element was breaking up. I'm not sure at all. I don't know a lot about these. I've dealt with lots of pumps in my past, being I was an irrigation engineer, so I know a little bit about pumps. But irrigation, you never had any heater, so the heater part is all new to me. Oh, I'm hoping this will work. We've had our hot tub for 2+ years, 2.5 years, 3 years. Never had a problem with it. Obviously, now and again you get the EO2 errors. Seen in my previous video on my hot tub about the cleaning it out and cleaning the stuff out. There's one on here somewhere. So let's get on and start undoing all this. Maybe even start, I think we'll start with getting this solenoid out of the way. I've got to put this back on there anyway. So let's get this Jubilee clip out of the way, Jubilee-ish clip. I know you can't see it. And I don't want to do it one-handed. Okay, let's move that out of the way. So basically just remove this Jubilee clip. I'm going to take this solenoid off. It spins quite easy. I'm hoping it comes off quite easy as well. And then I just got to replace this unit then. sure. Yep. Just to wiggle it about a bit. So that's the solenoid. See, I've took it off because, like I said, I wanted to clean it all out. This is your inlet pipe into your hot tub. You can see some scale. That is nothing compared to what was in there. There was lots in that, loads in that, which I scraped out with my finger. It just, yeah, horrible. And that's that bit. Like I said, I'm going to put everything in my little bucket. That leaves you with these. I'm also going to put a Jubilee clip because I'm bound to lose it. Let's undone all that. Some sort of sensor there. Don't worry if you see that and you think, oh, where's that go? It's all been sealed up, heat shrunk or something. It might be for some other different hot tub that's got something else, like remote control sometimes, you know, some of them have. Let's just move everything out of the way. I'm going to take these off, redo them when I put it all back together. So they're going to come off. I think the screws on there only ice, no, it's rubber, not screws, it's like rubber things inside. Take them off. That releases that. So that's the 4 cables that go to your heater. Just those 4. Can you see those? Yeah, okay. You can. You're nodding. You're saying yes, weren't you? And they're basically all we need to worry about, those 4. Obviously the earths are really important to come in. Must get all them connected. One will be like a major earth and then the rest connects it up to it to, you know, distribute the earths around. Let's get rid of this one. So that's that. And like I said, this module slides out, rather. It slides out. It's down there nice and snug. When I've done, I'll cable tie all these back again. Put them in there. You can see now the heater's free. That's it. That is your heater. Comes out as easy as that. I'm hoping it all comes with this. I haven't received it yet. There's a lot of scale in here. You can see. That's what the wall says. It's all coming out. Package turned up today. This is the heater. It came exactly on time. Package really nice. I have opened it. All packaged really nicely and secure. So there it is. With mine, I've got a non-return valve as well. Same guy. Looks really clean. Like I said, that's PTC. I don't know whether that's someone. No, that's just, you know, but this has been refurbed. I thought it was a good service to get it here. It would be if it works. So up to this point, it's where we want. So it's all here, ready to go in. It's a few days later. After getting a new one. Just gonna remove this pipe. Just slide it about a bit, move it about, wiggle it. Yeah, get that off. I don't think we need to worry about orientation. We'll undo the first one. We'll do it bit by bit. I remember you telling you about the non-return valve. This is the non-return valve. Like I said, came with the thing. I checked in my pump, in my air pump, and I've not got one of these. It's completely gone. I'm wondering whether the black that I kept getting in my in the actual hot tub itself came from this, from the old one. It's all disintegrated and looked quite tricky to get in, I must admit. Well, I'm gonna have a go anyway. I just thought I'd point out to you, maybe that's what the black was. Could have caused problems with there, because it's, once it's gone, I suppose it would go into the system. I don't know. Anyway, well, let's crack on with the heater and see how that goes. So guys, like I said, I'm going to do it bit by bit. It's a new one. I'm going to put it in the same orientation as this one and work the wires out the way it sits on this one to make sure that it's round the right way. So let's take this first one off. Phillips screwdriver. This is the small Phillips. So we'll take this one off. This goes to where the writing is at the top. Right at the top. That will be this one. This top, that top, and so on. I don't need to really point them all at you, but how I'm going to do it, but that's how I'm going to do it. And so on. So we've done all four. And working my way along is this one, another A. We'll take that one off. Which is the top. I should imagine these are elements, I'm not sure. I don't know. And top right of that one, the new one, same place. Put that one in there. Make sure it's in the behind the plate. So make sure that it's not touching anyway. That's it. So that's two of the four wires. Then the B's. So this one next. It's a very sunny day today, so it's lovely. It'd been nice to get in the hot tub later on, but it's not going to be ready. And that one, bottom right hand of it, bottom right hand of the new one, goes to that one. Good thing about our hot tub is it's got a frost shield, so you can leave it over winter. Helsinki's, I think, one of the only ones that does it. I assume there are others, but we've had it. We went in it snow this year as well. Really nice. So that's that one out of the way. I've only got one left to do. Let's pull that one out of the way. And I'm going to put this one back in. I will probably have to get in there and move that bottom, the pump, one more pump, to get it to go into the same, it connects into it, so into the pump, so I'll probably have to line it all up. So that's all them on. Let's give them a quick pull, make sure they're not going to pop out. Gotta make sure these are in there as well. That's just because I've been manipulating them about. That I've still got this stuff coming out the other one. It's coming from the inside. Like I said, it's a lot of scale down our way. I live in southeast London, like I said, and I'm not going to put this on just yet. It's just a flow meter. Apparently get a lot of problems with these. Okay, I didn't even film this bit. So I've taken out the pump bit at the bottom, just moved it out of the way so I can slot that in there. What I've noticed on mine, on this, is it's the orientation of this is different from mine. So I've taken my, let me show you. So that's what mine looks like inside. It's pretty crusty. Crusty. So I took this off, basically. So be aware of that if you're ever gonna, yeah, I'm gonna clean it up and swap them over. Just scrape it all off. There's a valve in there. That valve, there's a wash, there's a seal goes on there that I noticed on the other one. Mine is really crusty and horrible. 6 screws. Just give it a good clean up. The rest looks alright though. The rest looks okay. And I'm gonna swap the reset button over. That's all it is a reset button. You can see it's so crusty. That was my thing. That's what came out of there like that. The state of that. That's 3 years worth. So I need to take this one off and swap it over. see if I can get it so you can see me. See what I'm doing.
When I think to look at orientation, it just said on the DA thing that was suitable for most. So that's important. Important is just yeah, right, because they're the others. So look at something else, okay? See it? This one back. Sorry now. How do you shot now? Can't see. There you go. Okay. And last whip. Yeah, that's that one. That's the one. Take this one apart.
But I decided not to. So I'll just show you taking this apart to see how clean it was. There's a nice fresh gasket on there, so it has been cleaned. This one looks quite clean in there, so you can tell the difference compared to mine, the heater compared to mine. So we'll leave that one on there. We want this one, which goes that way around. But I just thought I'd show you the difference inside. It's that way around. Let's put all 4, 6 screws rather, not 4. It's my granddaughter you can hear, and you can't see when you don't let her have something. She's 2 years old, she's going through the terrible twos, and I don't know if you can hear in the background. She throws things when she's... I'm not having it, not doing it. Little Esme, that is my daughter, my granddaughter. Right. And that should sort it round the right way. Make sure it's nice and tight. Strip them out though. Make sure all nipped up. So get it in there. Get all the earth wires through. That one, there should be one more. That's those. So, just here, this is the bit I was saying, get you reset, and the other one came out that side. And just wouldn't have worked if I wanted to reset it. We don't want that, do we? Okay, so let's make sure everything can go back together, and that's that one. There. These black wires to either side of the reset. Let's do a reset button there. Put those on. That's them. That's the cable for the top. Now we'll do the other bits of cable. I'm going to put this one there. It's a little washer on this, so you've got to be careful. Don't use it, lose it, use it, lose it, abuse it. That one there. And the other two are going to be together. I'll just earth this metal part. Put them two together. And put them in there. Phillips screwdriver, tighten them down. And that one. Just that. Go move. And that gasket looked like it's gone, so I wonder if it's leaking. Anyway, so up to that point now. Brackets. Just make sure I don't touch the cable, which they don't. Two of those. Let's find the screws for those. I believe I've done those ones. them down. Oh, that's a wrong screw. It would be good if I put the right one in, wouldn't it? That's one of the bottom screws for the bottom of the casing. The other two. Should be that one, I think. Yeah. Oh, you know, because they're a little bit, they've got a little bit of scowl on them from when I took them apart. There was a little bit of scowl on them. There we go. We need to tidy up these wires. They wasn't tightly cable tied. So I'll probably just put something like that, cable tie that there, and then cable tie that one there. So just get those, put that with them. So cable tied, putting this one back on. Just slots over the top. So I'll screw it with this side. Which is one of these. It's supposed to come through there, is it? I bet it is. Oh, no, it's not. It didn't come through that. I thought it might come through this hole. When I took it off, it didn't. It was all attached to that. I managed to get this off. But you would, wouldn't you? You'd think it came through there. There you go. That's holds it all down. Sorts it moving around, jumping around. It's weird, isn't it? I might have missed something, but yeah. they're not trapped or anything, so it should be alright. Loose, you know, you can leave them around alright. Same with them. Probably best if they don't move around. Then we need to put this bit in. So this needs to go in. Consists of this. It's quite hard because the rubber seems to move, push back when you're trying to do it. 2 Jubilee clips or pipe clips. Put them on. See that rubber trying to move there? The rubber seems to want to move around. So just make sure it is still seated in that position. About right. Pull it back a bit, just make sure it's all in there. It looks like it's seed. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. And hopefully that's it. Two screws in there. Make sure that rubber's sealing in there. Apparently when you get pump errors, it's this flow meter or flow valve, which is this valve. That's a magnetic valve. So make sure you get it around the right way, because the orientation is to blow it out this way. So this tells whether it's, so that gives it a signal by the looks of things. So when it's moving, when the water's moving out of here, it gets a signal. Yeah, it's got to flow through that. Thought there's a gasket in there. Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I wrong? That looks like that. It's quite a little tight. It's quite a tight fit in there, isn't it? And so your flow, so it would be blowing this way into your hot tub, and just find the right screws for this one. I think are these ones, very small. I mustn't forget my Jubilee clips, must I? Better do those first. Now these were loose when I took it apart, I showed you. You could do them up too tight, but so they don't move. I suppose because they have got sealing rubbers, washers, whatever, rubber washers on them, rubber rings. There is it doesn't have to be that tight. So it might in the way of you. You forget that the camera's there. That's it. And that, and the wash, that's down. This one all secured. I think it's at E02 or E03 that comes up on this code. If you've got no flow, or if you've got a blockage. If you look on here, you've got this small. This is smaller this side, and there's a large side there. When you look down on it, you've got 4 segments. And a large side towards there, small side on the way out, and the outlet. That's all fine. looking good. Don't connect to that, not connect to that. This one. They're all like colour coded as well, so, which is nice and easy. And that's all connected. Looks like we can get the lid back on. Just a quick look, make sure we've got everything. Yeah, so connected, everything's back in. And I'm gonna with mine, because I want to check to make sure there's no leaks afterwards, because I've got I'll show you, I've got a descaler unit that you can run it with a minimum amount of water in it. So I'm not putting the handles back in yet. And to find that comes out of, and then I'll put them back. So let's see. This will only go in certain ways. Yeah, there's a certain, I think you want it facing, so that facing towards your outlets like that, so it sits flush. Like I said, I'm not putting all mine back together yet. I'm just going to put a couple of screws in, just so I can move it around a bit. Then I can secure the pump in the bottom. So I've moved that, turned out, I pulled that out just so I can get the heater element in. One there, I'm going to put one this side, and then when I know it's all working, just get my long screwdriver. I can be sure, so I can see through there if there's any leaks or anything like that. It all seems to be working. It's going up. It's a descaler this. Get my freeway. So it was 25. It is a bit noisier than it was before. I was a bit concerned about the pump being so noisy. That was my old Impeller. The one I said about white with thin blades. This one was quieter. I just want to have a look and kind of see what the difference is. So let's take it apart. I can show you inside them then, can't I? Like I said, you've got to be careful with these. Got tiny little nuts on the end. Get yourself a tray or something like I have. It's a magnet, that bit, so it all works. Well, I'm glad the heater works. There's no leaks. That will please my wife. She's her hot tub. Let's see if I made a boo-boo, shall we, somewhere. This is only a 12 volt pump. So you've got a little rubber in there. This is the one you can tell the thickness of the blades. Very slightly different. They look the same size though. Everything looks the same size. Although it does seem to be this bit on the bottom here that one hasn't got. Right, so we're going with this one. Just make sure that all sits in there nicely, which it does. You'll see the difference. I'm going to run it back up in a minute. You will find these ones a bit of a bugger to get in, actually. This one in here, because you've got these lips for where it slots in. Be a good idea to put it where you can see it, wouldn't it? There you go. The others are pretty straightforward. So much quiet with that impeller in it. Up to 40 within minutes in this little thing. I don't suppose that flow rate's that bad really. So we're going to go with that. Well, I think that'll be pretty good. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I've got the non-return valve to do. And that's it. I hope that cures anything you have. If you fancy having a go, just remember, power's off and all that, and I don't hold any responsibility for anything that happens if you decide to do it. Catch you later, guys.